Hello, everyone. Today, we'll learn how to connect Visual Studio Code to a Salesforce org and how to perform deploy and retrieve operations between them. While it's not strictly required, it's a good idea to install Node.js to take full advantage of all features. You can download and install the version that matches your operating system from this website. Next, you'll need to install the Salesforce CLI. Simply download and install the appropriate version for your system from this page. After that, head over to Visual Studio Code and install the necessary extensions. Click on the extensions icon, and in the search bar, type Salesforce Extension. Install the Salesforce Extension Pack. If you see an expanded version of the pack, go ahead and install that as well. Now let's open the terminal and run a few checks. First, we run node v to check if Node.js is installed. If you see a version number, it means it's installed correctly. Similarly, you can check if npm is installed by running npm v. To verify and update the Salesforce CLI, we use the sf update command. As you can see, everything is installed and up to date. We're all set with the required tools. All right, now let's create a new Salesforce project. To do this, we need to open the command palette. You can open it by using the shortcut Ctrl-Shift-P or by clicking the gear icon in the lower left corner and selecting Command Palette. Once it's open, type Create in the search bar. You'll see a list of commands. The ones starting with sfdx are Salesforce-related commands. You can choose sfdx, Create Project with Manifest, or just sfdx, Create Project depending on your needs. Next, it will ask you to choose a project template. Let's go with Standard and press Enter. Then you'll be prompted to name your project. Let's name it MySF Project and hit Enter. After that, you'll choose a location on your computer to save the project. Once you select the folder, click on Create Project. And that's it. Your project will be generated. As you can see, all the necessary folders and files have been created. Inside the Force App main default directory, you'll find commonly used folders like LWC, Aura, Triggers, and Apex classes. You may have noticed that at the bottom of VSCode, it says no default org set. This means that no Salesforce org is currently connected to VS Code. To connect an org, we'll go back to the command palette. Open it, and this time, type Authorize into the search bar. Then select Authorize an org. Next, choose Project Default as the login type. After that, you'll be asked to provide an alias, a name for the org you're connecting. Let's call it MyOrg and continue. At this point, your default browser will open a Salesforce login page. Simply enter the username and password for the org you want to connect and click Login. You may see a prompt asking to allow or deny access. Make sure to click Allow to proceed. Once the authentication is successful, you'll see a message saying Authentication Successful, confirming that the org is now connected. Now, when we go back to VS Code, we can see in the bottom left corner that an org is connected. Earlier, we gave it the name MyOrg. Also, you can open the connected org directly from VS Code. Just click on the rectangular-shaped icon in the bottom left. This opens the org in your browser. As you can see, it opened the org successfully. Now that we've connected VS Code with our Salesforce org, let's try deploying something from VS Code. First, let's open the developer console and confirm that there's no class named MyClass. Once confirmed, we'll go back to VS Code and create a new class with that name. To create a new class, right-click on the Classes folder and select Create Apex Class. Then enter the name of the class and press Enter. As you can see, a new class file is created. Inside the class, remove the default constructor method and instead write a regular method. For example, let's add this, system debug hello my class, inside a method. Now, right-click on the classes folder again and select Deploy this source to org. This will deploy the class and any other source files in the folder to the connected org. Once the deployment is successful, go to the org and check. As you can see, the My class we created in VS Code is now available in the org. Now let's do the reverse. Let's pull changes from the org into VS Code. First, make some changes inside the class in the org and save it. Then when we return to VS Code, we won't see those changes yet, because we haven't performed a retrieve operation. When we click on the cloud icon that represents our org, we can see all the metadata related to it, such as objects, flows, components, and Apex classes. Here, we locate Apex classes. At this point, we can either retrieve all the classes or just a specific one. Let's retrieve only My class, and when prompted, we choose to overwrite the existing file in VS Code. As you can see, the changes we made in the org have now been pulled into our local project. We can perform deploy and retrieve operations either in bulk or individually for each file. And it's not limited to classes. We can do this for components, objects, flows, validation rules, quick actions, and many other types of metadata. In fact, you can also switch the connected org by clicking on the org name in the bottom left corner of VS Code. This means you can retrieve from one org and deploy to another. So yes, VS Code also allows you to transfer metadata between different orgs. That's it for today. Hope you found this helpful. Take care and have a great day.